event. Excellent day to you all from everywhere you're listening to us from. My name is Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmos. I'm a UN Ambassador for Quality and Affordable Education in Africa. I call it double as UN diplomat on government bilateral trade in the whole of Africa. I'm the ambassador to National Youth Council of Nigeria in the Republic of Turkey, formerly called Turkey, and I'm the global president of the Global Clusters, and I'm one of the BOT of Yeti Foundation, Youth Empowerment Foundation. Today, I have my founder and my president here in the person of Commissioner Nkechi. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce the something very well. I'm so sorry. I don't want to murder it. And my commissioner has been someone that has a lot of great passion for youths, and it's been doing a lot of great work on that. And today, sequel to the current happenings in one of our community in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in our own father's land, and we have called stakeholders and some observers to come online today. And for some people that are watching on the YouTube channel, the essence of this is to actually, we all want to give our submission. All the stakeholders of both Mushin 1, Mushin 2 are here, and people, concerned citizens too, are equally here to actually discuss this matter and see the way forward. What do we have to do? When we say in at Yeti, we believe in building the youth and we can build a nation. And we're going with that slogan, and our commissioner is here. So, having said that, I see someone raising up his a hand. That is Dr. Veronica. Um, Dr. Veronica, you can unmute yourself and speak in the next 1 minute, please, so that our chief host can take the floor. Dr. Veronica.
Oh, I guess it's good morning here in California, and it's good evening in Nigeria. I am so happy to be a part of this amazing movement. I am so proud of my sister, Commissioner Nkechi Uzoegu. Um, and I'm from just haven't heard so much from Commissioner Nkechi about this movement. I want to let you all know that I am very proud of you all. You guys are brilliant, resilient, and we're counting on you for the change that will make not just Mushin a great place that it is, but to help sensitize this movement in all other parts of Lagos State, and Nigeria. What you're doing is completely outstanding. You may not know that. Within all the struggles that you face, you're doing this. And I have spoken with Commissioner Nkechi a lot about things we could do, given that you are a partner city with our city here in California. I want you guys to continue to focus and look at the prize. And the prize is that your efforts will pay off. I can assure you that. One of the things that we need to actually work on, which I bet you guys have it, is to identify all the different talents, ranging from sports to artificial intelligence, because AI is taking off and we're looking at a lot of investments in US in AI because that's the future. You guys are the future. It's a privilege for us to be working with you all so that we can actually begin to separate who does what, how do we support the talent, how do we look for resources here to support what you're doing. You guys are completely unique. I was raised in Alakara, so I know of Alakara, Mushin, all that area very well before I left the US. So just to see what you guys are doing, I know I've read, I've heard of the struggles that you're going through, and yet you're working so hard. I heard uh, our ambassador, Dr. Adekunle Badmos, very articulate. I couldn't pick up, I couldn't join you then. Thank you. You were brilliant, you were clear, you established why we're here, you recognized everyone that's here. Those are talents. So I'm pretty excited about the possibilities. What you're doing is you have active participation, and those are very important ways to be successful. I just want you guys to just stay focused. We really need to work hard with you. You guys have, uh, there's a lot of learning and growth opportunity that we should identify. You have mentorship that we could organize between all of you. Some people know something, some want to learn. And so you got to pull up the younger ones, and we have to keep you guys engaged, because you can't just say to people you're going to do well and there's nothing to do. We have to work with your elders to identify ways to access the resources at home, and ways that Commissioner Nkechi here can work on possible international grants to help support your effort. Look for opportunities to also look for international mentorship, where we could find those who like and know what you want to do, and then have that partnership, so that when we eventually accomplish our international visit, that it's purposeful. It's not just so I'm coming to America, but that we make sure that it is purposeful, it is useful, something you can learn or do and take back with you and come back and forth and continue to pull up the younger ones. That's um my dream, my hope of this partnership that we're establishing. Definitely, we need to reach our community and send the message of hope, so that we can, save one life at a time. Each one save one, and continue to pass that message down to the others. And while we're doing all this, that we find opportunity for digital literacy, so that we start the process right away. It doesn't have to be everything in one day, but digital literacy is should be accessible. So those are things I'd like Commissioner Nkechi to work with all of us, and then continue to encourage healthy lifestyles among each other. That means that's easy. There's no need to drink and get drunk. There's no need to use drugs. And then we need to work really hard to help our community. Because if you're clear in your mind and you eat healthy, and I'll talk about eating healthy, um, and you stay away from over drinking and getting drunk and doing things you ought to not be doing, then at least you can focus on your strength. So let's make this effort you're doing, you're probably doing that already, a strength-based effort. Strength-based means that we identify what I'm trying to read names here. What I think is Ajala. What's Ajala's strength? What's
Mr. Jala, that's what I wanted to introduce him. Sorry to cut you. Mr. Jala is the chairman of Odolo Wood. He's the
wonderful.
chairman.
See,
Yeah.
I just suspected that every single person here, just looking at you, forgive me, it's very late, so I didn't have time to change, and I'm a professor. I have to wake up early to go teach. So I'm going to jump back into bed once I'm done, and continue collaboration and partnerships, form committees, because when you form committees, then you can really come together with all the strengths. You already have leadership. You look very organized. I'm not even worried. The next steps in what I understand will be for us to funnel all these talents, the hot talents. Nigerians are brilliant. And go to Mushin and you find brilliance. I know that. So I want you guys to know that we recognize your strength. We also recognize the struggle our country is going through. But we in diaspora will continue to partner with you, to reach out to you, to do what we can to make sure you don't lose hope. And when I talked about healthy eating, our country is bombarded by food that is sometimes not as healthy. Whereas, did you know that the healthiest food is in your backyard? Even if you don't have space in your backyard, you get buckets, you get boxes, you build planter boxes and plant our food. Did you know that our food is the best food ever in the world? Eh? We have all these plants in Nigeria that if here, when we see it, we're so happy. We will use it to make agbo. We will, agbo is probably the best medicine most times. It cures cancer. Efirin, all the wonderful, wonderful. And then our food, just eat our food, eat egusi, amala, eh, uh, and so on and so forth. Beans. So instead of us going to buy all those canned food, it has a lot of sodium. Read it up. And when people eat it, it attacks your kidney, it attacks your system. It's very convenient, and people think it's cool, it's easy, quick, but those things are slowly hurting our body and killing people and causing kidney issues and causing high blood pressure and so many things that aren't good for especially the young people as you get older. So please encourage people to eat tamala, to eat here. We love it in US. We eat all the Nigerian foods. All the vegetables there are the best. So I just wanted to touch on food. So let's start encouraging our people to eat all that bread stuff is just a side thing. We prefer the authentic, healthy eating, especially your vegetables. Yeah, your fish. Those good old days, we used to be at Ojuelegba and go and buy fish that comes from the fisherman. So everything we can, let's continue to do what we're doing. You're definitely on the right path. You are. We haven't forgotten you. I work hard with Commissioner Nkechi Uzuegu for us to find ways to start some action, not just talk. Action. But please identify talents. Let's form little committees. Commissioner Nkechi can bring it here, and we start looking for ways that we find access. We do things. I'm really, really grateful for the few minutes you gave me to speak. Commissioner Nkechi, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
No. So, no.
All right. Thank you all and have a super blessed day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much for that great submission. And we appreciate you, Dr. Veronica. And thank you for all you do to submit, to support our commissioner on this cause. Having said that, I want our commissioner to take the floor now and give us our opening speech. Over to you, Commissioner Nkechi Nzego.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Before we get started, I want us to pray. I want someone to pray, to start us with a prayer. I will say, I'll
Heavenly
call
Father.
Miss Bolanle, Bolanle to please lead us in prayer.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ gbogbo ilé. Commissioner Nkechi adúpẹ́ fún oore ọ̀fẹ́. My honorable chairman and friend and brother, and how you doing? Thank you so much, the anchor. Thank you, Professor, for taking time. And so for Nigeria, we take the second stanza. We take the new stanza rather. That's what we use as our prayer. And so please, let's take the national anthem. Permit me, I'm trying to learn it. And so, my honorable commissioner, chairman, sir, HRA, do you mind to join us and take the national anthem? One, two, go. Nigeria,
we no
don't I'm proud to serve
Wonder's land.
Amen.
Enjoy, Lori.
Amen.
What's
Thank
up?
you once again, everyone. God bless you. Thank you, Commissioner Nkechi, for this privilege. Over.
Yes, Commissioner, take over the floor.
Okay, thank
Go
you.
ahead.
So, thank you so much for everyone that's here. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of press and audience here present. It is my pleasure to stand before you all to deliver a speech on the below theme: build the youth, build the nation, foster peace and unity among Mushin community. In a renewed effort to promote peace, unity, and sustainable development, a youth focus intensively under the theme, creating a peace atmosphere among the youth and dwelling of Mushin community. Build the youth, build the nation has been a launch to address the growing concern of violence, unemployment, and social unrest among the youth, the young people in Mushin. The campaign aim is to reown the mindset of youth, empowering them with tools for leadership, community service, and peaceful coexistence. Mushin's boasting a vibrant community in Lagos has over years battled the stereotype unrest of youth relating to violence. However, with this new intensive of community is witnessing wave of positive transformation as young people are being engaged through dialogue, vocational training, mentorship programs, and severe education designed to communicate, designed to channel their energy into productive ventures and nation-building activity. Stakeholders, including community leaders, local government authority, NGOs, and youth influencers, has thrown their weight behind this campaign, emphasizing on the development of any society depend on large and quality and mindset youth. When we build youth, we build the future. Our goal is to help youth in Mushin realize their potential and become ambassadors or ambassadors of peace and progress. This initiative has already recorded promising results with increasing youth participation in community projects, decreased cases of gang-related conflicts, and reduced sense of purpose among participants. Parents and residents have expressed their appreciation for the program, noting its role in promoting harmony and security in the area. as the intensive gain momentum, plan on the way to reveal the model ways of communities in Lagos beyond. By investing in our youth development and community peace building, the Mushin community is proving that with right approach and support, youth can rise above challenge and become key agent of national transformation. So today, I want to thank you all for coming today to join us in this effort to change what's going on in Mushin. As a resident of Mushin, former Mushin, before I left the country, I saw this, but I didn't see it as much as what it is today. And when I saw what is happening, I chose to want to call on everyone to come and join me. And it's not something that I could do on my own. To come and join me in making a change in Mushin. It's very, very hurtful to see our youth today harming themselves, killing themselves. As a mother, I'm standing before you all. I'm not standing just as a mother, but I'm standing for the voiceless that cannot speak, that we should all come together and stop this killing, this violence, and empower our youth together. So that's why I'm calling on the chairman, elected official, chiefs, community leaders for us to come together and discuss this matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is the
So,
voice of the founder of HITI Global Youth Empowerment Foundation in the person of Commissioner Nkichi Nzuebu. Thank you very much for that wonderful opening speech. Right now, we will be going into calling on our stakeholders and what we will have them to do. They're going to give their submissions on this based on the opening speech, based on what our founder has just community.
hello.
Yeah, it's COVID network glitches. Let's
Lecture,
hold on.
yes. So I would want to take over from here. I would want to introduce our speakers, our panels. First of all, I want to introduce Mushin Local Government Chairman, Mr. Honorable Emmanuel Gbangboye, also the chairman of Odolowu Local Government, Mr. Rasak. Honorable Hasak Olushola, Mr. Ajala Rasak Olushola. Also, one of our panel speakers is Shola Ashikun. One of our other speaker is Ms. Omobolanle Aro. Can't pronounce your brand names. And our keynote speaker, Dr. Veronica Ofonigbo. And we have two co-moderators, Ms. Shakirat and Dr. Ambassador Badmus. So at this moment, I'm going to hand over the mic to both moderators. And we have some questions we're going to all ask you guys as we talk about this whole issue and see how we can all resolve the matter and if you all could come on board with me to see how we can help our youth and empower them. So, and we also try and stop this whole issue of violence in our city, Mushin.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that. The network just yanked me off while I was speaking. So just diving into it, I want to call our first speaker today. That is the chairman of Ojulo Local Government in the person of Honorable Olushola Achala. What's your take on this call today in the next 10 to 15 minutes? Over to you, sir.
We have questions, so ask them those questions, Mr. Badmus. Can you ask them those questions? Just choose any of those questions. We have 10 questions.
Okay.
May I say something?
Anyway,
Yes, please.
Moderator, please. My amazing ambassador, good morning.
Excellent morning to you.
Yes, I'm suggesting that they have a kind of introduction, maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes introduction before the questions start coming in. I don't know what you think, Ambassador. I think that's what the moderator wants.
Actually, why the question is coming in, they will actually introduce themselves properly and dive into it. So, let me just speak from the number one. How do you believe we are the root causes of youth restfulness and violence in the community like Mushin?
how do we what?
Okay, what do you believe are the root causes of the youth restlessness and violence in the community like Mushin? What do you think is the root cause?
Anyway, let me first start by thanking the host and the other co-hosts for creating this platform for us to interact and engage in finding a lasting and sustainable solution to the obvious issue we are witnessing in Mushin. And let me appreciate most especially our dear Commissioner Nkechi for our passion for the youth, for our love for Mushin, and of course our resolve to use the instrumentality of our vantage position within the global arena to let people know about Mushin and what we stand for. Like I always say, I believe that Mushin is a true reflection of what is happening anywhere we have the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it always glides in my heart if some of us that are product of Mushin, that we have gotten to the summit of the path that we have chosen, and we still remember our youth, not only remember, but also resolve to let people know that Mushin is not about negativities, that we have a lot of people that are contributing greatly to the growth of our gross domestic product, given where we are working, given the position we have attained. And you know, for some people, they believe that when they hear the name Mushin, they believe that Mushin is only synonymous with area boyism and all the social vices that you can think of. But with people like Ikechi, with people like Ambassador, my humble servant, all great people that have come from Mushin, I believe that this is the time for us to look back and ensure that we make the world know that all those social vices that people believe Mushin represent, that is not. Of course, we have our own fair share of that, which we cannot deny. The same way other areas, even the so-called high-grown area too, they have their own share. So having said that, my name is Ajala Razak, chairman of the Olowoju Local Council Development Area. And the mandate I'm exercising today couldn't have been possible if the people of Odiolo Ojue, when I said Odiolo Ojue, for some, they only knew of Mushin. But Odiolo Ojue used to be part of Mushin before our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu deemed it free to create additional 37 local councils in order to bring governance closer to the doorstep of our people. And honestly speaking, if not for that initiative, if not for that bold initiative, perhaps the development that people in our local council are witnessing today couldn't have been possible. So I always tell people that, to me, I see that creation as an artificial creation. I still see myself as part and parcel of Mushin. And I always wear that cap anywhere I go to, that I am a Moonshiner. So you should just see that name, it's just an ordinary name, but Odolo Oduwe is still an important integral part of the font Mushin that we all know. So having said that, let me go straight to the question by Mr. Moderator. So can you pick the question again, please? You wanted to know the causes, Abi? Hello?
Ambassador, you are muted, Sam. You are muted.
Hello?
Sorry, I was talking. Sorry, I didn't know I was muted.
Okay,
we're seeing that.
Let me ask him myself, what do you believe are the root cause of youth restlessness and violence in the community like Mushin?
Anyway, Mushin, like any other developed community, is prone to youth restiveness and violence, which can stem from various causes. Number one is social and economic inequality. You know that I remember vividly that when we are growing up, some of us that we come from, let me use that word, blighted spot, because I'm a product of Akala. I come from Akala. I was born and raised in Akala, and I still reside among my people. So some of us see...
join lórí kíní ni, sir.
Can I continue, please?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
You can continue.
Go ahead.
So I remember that for some of us from that part of Mushin, we see Papa Jawo, Palm Avenue, Ilupeju, part of Ilasa as our own Ikoyi, Victoria Island or GRA. So then anybody from that part, from our part, they believe Akala, they don't say anything good from us. I recall vividly that when I wanted to marry, because I married from a family that there is a wide gap between their family and my family. And I know that one of the major issues we had then is, how can you ever thought of going from someone from Akala? Because they know the anytime they hear that name, they believe that anyone from that part of Akala is either we are hooligans. Everybody know that it's a violent-prone area anyway. So all the members of my wife's family, they stood against it, with the exception of our brother. They said, look, they see each other, they love each other, you should allow them to. But the truth is, I am from that part of the local government. But truth be told, all the vices that people talk about, that area represents, honestly speaking, I don't engage in anyone. I don't engage in anyone. So the first issue that we have as the major factors that are responsible for the violence that we are witnessing in Mushin is social and economic inequality. Because like I said, most of the people from the high-blown area of Mushin, because of the privilege they had, they are giving quality education. And for some of them that did not go through the formal education platform, they learn one skill or the other, thereby making them to be more responsible than some of us that come from the underprivileged community within Mushin. So the second issue has to be this fight for territorial control because of the inherent economic benefit people are deriving. It is assumed that the larger your territory, the more the potential, the more the economic potential you can derive from it. You know, this Owo Ankole, when I said Owo Ankole, what that simply means is that it has become a norm in our climate that when someone is building houses, the good boys, in inverted comma, believe that they have some sense of entitlement, that they must collect money from that person. So another thing is that, you know, because of the commercial activities that are going on in Mushin, get it? So people will move their goods from ports to one community or the other. So to the good boys, they believe that if they have an enlarged territory, the tendency that they will derive more revenue from such activities is more. So the major issue is fight for territorial control, largely due to the inherent economic benefits they are deriving from it. So the good boys want to expand their territory, thereby extending their area of influence. With that, they believe that they will make more money for them to recruit more boys for the sustainability of their dominance of the territory in which they are. They are super intending. Let me use that word. Don't let me use supervised. They are super intending. So that is another major factor. Another factor is the issue of trauma and stress, exposure to violence, bullying. You know, when we are growing up, the way they are bullying, traumatic events, all those factors too contributed greatly to the restiveness and the violence that we are witnessing in our community. Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
So all those factors, they are part of, all I said, they are part of the factors that are responsible for what we are witnessing in Mushin. But the primary among them is what I said, is primarily the fight for territorial control because of the inherent economic benefit people are deriving from it. So everybody want to expand their economic costs. And for them to do that, they need to expand their territory so that they can make more money to sustain their dominance in the territory they are controlling.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. of Odiolowo local government in the person of Honorable Ajala Razak Olushola. Thank you very much for that great summation. And we have the chairman of Mushin local government, that is Mushin 1. The Odiolowo is regarded as Mushin 2. So, and the Mushin 2 just
No,
spoke. And
Odiolowo is Mushin 1.
just
Point of correction, please. Odiolowo is Mushin 1.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry if I'm missing of all of these things. I'm so sorry. I don't really understand. I thought the other one is Mission 1, the other one is Mission 2. Thank you very much for that correction. And let's have the chairman of Mushin Local Government in the person of Honorable Emmanuel Bamigoye. And your question, I'll be posting your question to the group. Um, the question I want to ask you today, are you there, sir? You will introduce yourself first, and we're going to be asking you, how can community leaders and youth organization effectively engage young people in peace building activities? How can community leaders and youth organization effectively engage young people in peace building activities, most especially in our community? So over to you, sir, Honorable Bamboye.
He's having problem connecting, so maybe we'll ask another panel. Let's throw it on the floor if any one of the panel could answer the question, please.
Okay, let's go to
Miss Olushola.
Miss Olushola. Okay,
She's
Miss Olushola, can you unmute yourself? That is it, the one with showdown with Shola, right?
Shola, yeah.
Over to you. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I hope I'm clear now.
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Good morning. I want to say very amazing morning to everyone that has taken their time, because I'm sure abroad, maybe in your own time zone, we're by the midnight, and here in the morning, Saturday is our Owambe day for Nigerians, and we are here because we are very intentional about our community and how we take our community forward. Good morning. My name is Shola Ashekun Amoso. I'm a confidence coach, a personal development coach, and also a master of ceremonies. I also the convener of We and the Kids. We and the Kids, the community NGO. Thank you so much for having me. I am so humbled to be one of the speakers today. All right. The question is, sorry, moderator, you said, how can community, can you please take the question again?
All right, let me take the question again. How can community leaders and youth organizations effectively engage young people in peace building activities in our community?
Thank you so much. Well,
yes.
I love the conversation today. And let me say a very amazing good morning to my Egbon, my political leader, my Egbon, Honorable Razak Ajala. Good morning, sir. Oh, I hope he's still online.
He's online.
Well,
Yeah.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Shola. My sake. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good to have you. I'm so happy to have you here, sir. All right.
Same here.
First of all, I want us to know that creating a peaceful atmosphere among youths, we need to be really honest. Peace is not simply the absence of violence. Let us establish that. Peace is not only the absence of violence. Peace is the presence of justice, opportunity, and dignity. And I can tell you for free, I always tell my people I'm a dog generation. I don't know if I can, Auntie Bolale will relate with this. I'm a dog generation, meaning that generation ilẹ̀kùn ni wá. A rí àwọn tó wà níwájú àti rí àwọn tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn. So we are in between, kind of. So we can tell you for free the agitation of the youth. It's not because the youths are troublesome, but it's because the leaders are treating the youth as a problem to be solved. youth are not problems to be solved. Let us note that down. Remember, there's a Yoruba day. Don't mind me. I like to be very balanced because anywhere I go, I tell them I'm a Mushin to the core. So when you say I'm a Mushin, we are balanced. Like our two legs are on the ground. Sometimes we say slangs like "Ba lo se fe, oponle bi iyanre, oponle bi yepe." You know that kind of thing we say to ourselves. It's because when you want the very amazing executive person, you will see Mushin people. If you want show funny, oponle. There is no way you. Omomushi, we are always just ready for whatever you bring. So it's so amazing that we should not treat our youth as problems to be solved. Our leaders should start retracing their steps to see youth as solutions to be unleashed. Youth as people to use for peacemaking. You know, our team today support that build the youth, build the nation. Isn't it? It's not just a catchy slogan to be carrying about. Nigeria cannot progress while they leave behind the energy, the creativity, and potential of its youth. And Mushin has youths that are very energetic, very creative, and very proactive. So, back to the question, which says, how can community leaders and youth organizations effectively engage young people in peace-building activities? So we are talking how we can effectively engage youth in peace building. Is that we need to know Mushin for who Mushin is. I love my very amazing chairman, Ojolowo. He has been a chairman for a while, and he treated his office as he knows the problem, he lived the problem, and is creating not prepackaged solution, but relatable solutions. We need to start effectively engaging our youth with humility. Youth are not mad. They are not problems. They should be seen as partners rather than problems. They should be seen as people that can bring invaluable insights. See, any organization that is placing youth in leadership positions, paying them fairly for their expertise and following and guiding them, not leaving them. No, guiding them. You will not only be seen as performing peace building, you will be seen as practicalizing it. So, what are we doing? Let us start offering prescriptions that are handy, that are relatable. Let the youth know that they are seen, they are heard. Legitimize their complaints. And let us start building youth-led initiative. And the ones that are already in existence, nobody should come into office and pack them to the side and say, well, they have done that one before. I have seen people use sports to bring peace. Sometimes when you say education is a leveler, you can actually say even sport is a leveler. Let us start digging into the things that will connect our youth to the system. Like my Oga, Honorable Ajala said, there are things that are seen that are known. The way we live our lives, the way Mushin people are, let us start identifying with them. Some people will do it better than the other because some people lived and experienced the Mushin, and by that they are able to bring professed solutions that are adaptable to the style of Mushin. So Mushin youth, they need opportunity, and they need to be accorded respect. The same way is being done to privileged communities. I'm a master of ceremonies and I teach public speaking. I teach self-development and self-awareness. When I go out, even if I go from here to Lekki, to VI, anywhere, once I introduce myself, I will tell them I am Omo Mushin. So by the time you are sizing me up, you're saying, wow, how can you be Omo Mushin? Some people are so audacious, they will ask you, no, you can't be Omo Mushin. I say, excuse me, excuse you. And I'll give them my one or two things that Omo Mushin will say. They say, Coach Shola, you are like, Mushin, let us start painting Mushin well. And before we can do that, let us believe in the youth. Engage, effective engagements. Effective engagement. And it starts with leadership, humility. Bring them up. Let them be partners, not problems. Thank you and good morning.
Hello, Ambassador.
Yes, I'm here. I was expecting
Can I?
my co-moderate. Go ahead. Go ahead,
If I'm
Honorable, please.
allowed. Okay, let me thank and appreciate the brilliant contribution of my very dear sister, my namesake Shola. Thanks for that brilliant contribution.
Thank you, sir.
When you are talking of using community to achieve peace, community leaders to achieve peace in our community, I believe that by virtue of the mandate I am exercising, I'm also a community leader. And of course, one of the fundamental objectives of government is protection of life and property. You know that in my introductory remark, I did allude to the fact that the major issue we have in Mushin the major problem we have in Mushin relating to the issue under discourse is largely due to the fight for territorial whatever, because of what our boys are deriving from it. And I said that with every sense of responsibility and sincerity, because I know that what informed this engagement is because of the issue we had in Mushin, most especially between our boys and Mushin boys. And all of us know that when you are talking of youth, we can differentiate it among the good boys and our youth. There are some youth that the major issue they have is issue of unemployment. That's the major issue we have. So as the government, for us to tackle that, we must be conscious and intentional in initiating policies and programs that will decimate the numbers of unemployed youth we have in the basket of various community. And I honestly believe that one of the platforms we can use to achieve that is some of the things that the first speaker said. I think it's Dr. Veronica that wants to live at Alakara? Yes. I know that she alluded to sport. So in Odiolu Ojui, we realize this early and we understand that our youth, they are full of energy. So instead of allowing them to use that energy to unleash terror on the innocent residents of our community, we can actually create a platform that they can use for themselves and the larger, for their benefit and the larger society. And that is what inform our investment in the area of sport, football, boxing, and what have you. But I'm happy that Shola is online, and we also have Ambassador. You know, before I came on board, the same issue they are facing in Mushin now, we had our own fair share. That people from Fadeyi, part of our local, cannot cross to Idioro. People from Idioro cannot cross to Fadeyi. The same thing from Ilupeju, they cannot come to Alateju. We have those issues. And all the good boys that are perpetrating this erroneous crime, they are not spirits. They are my friends. We went to the same schools. We know ourselves. They are my family. they contributed greatly during the campaign to make sure that I assume the office I am today. So the first thing I did is to engage them, knock their door, meet them, tell them that, look, Mr. Lagbaja, Mrs. Lagbaja, you voted for me. You use your vantage position in your community to galvanize that environment on the need to see Ajala as a candidate of choice, on the need to see our party as a platform of choice. So if truly you want me to succeed, this is the time for us to shed our sword. Nobody will build this community for us. We should not expect the Trump of the world, the Cameron of the world to build Nigeria, to build Mushin. We are the one that will build Mushin. So now, I know what the issues are. It's largely because of what you guys are deriving. What you are deriving, we can create a multi-layer strategies that will make you achieve the same thing without resorting to violence. Because a community that is violence free, we automatically lead to exponential increase in the economic activities. And once there is increase in economic or commercial activities, there will be more platform that can engage our youth. You can imagine a situation before I came. By 6 o'clock, all the shops will have closed. So a shop that ordinarily run a 24 hours economy, because of the violence, they now reduce it from 24 hours economy to 12 hours. So the implication of that is that the people that will work between the hour of 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., they will not have opportunity. I will be complaining of unemployment. Those people that will be unemployed, they are either your sisters or your brothers, your uncles or your aunts. So if truly we want to create a community that will give productive economy to our teeming youth that are roaming the street, we must ensure we create a platform that will make us to run a 24-hour economy. And we cannot achieve that if you are engaging in one form of violence or the other. And that contributed greatly to the relative peace we are enjoying in Odolowoju today. Because like I said, they are no spirit now. Don't let us deceive ourselves. We know them, we know ourselves. If someone comes from Eluoke to perpetrate crime in Mushin, that was made possible because the people of Mushin created a leadership platform for such people. So at times when people say that Omo Loke lo nse kilo kodo, who are the Omo Loke? Are you not the one that are accommodating them? You are now. So if today people come from Iloke, they are perpetrating one form of crime or the other, and we want them to leave within the next 30 minutes, my brothers and sisters, I tell you that we can make that happen. The youth of Mushin can make that happen. It's because they are seeing them as willing to continue to dominate their respective territory. That is why they are still hibernating within those territory. And to God be the glory, when we dialogue, when we engage them, when I let them see the beauty of the bigger picture we intend to attain, they key into it, they embrace it, and they decided to work with me. And that is the reason why, before I came on board, a land at Fadeyi, you can get a land at Fadeyi with 5 million, 3 million. In Idioro, you can get it for 5 million, 3 million. The same land that they sold for 3 million, 5 million then. For you to get a standard land in those areas now, you will need 100 million. That couldn't have been possible if you have not created a peaceful atmosphere that will make potential investor to see Fadeyi, to know that given the proximity of Unilag and Yabatek to Fadeyi, we can actually make Fadeyi to become another enclave for hostels. There are a lot of hostels that are springing up in Fadeyi today. So why do I need to go to Akoka to rent an hostel for 2.5 million, 3 million, when I can get the same hostel for 800,000, 1 million in Fadeyi? And if you look at the numbers of hostel we have in Fadeyi today, you will agree with me that decision that we jointly and collectively taking, and when I say jointly, that is between government and the people of that is paying off today. Look at the POP market. The major POP market now is now at Fadeyi. When you are talking of electronics, Edam is now at Ayegemuto Road. That before they dare not have such business platforms. But all those things have become thing of the past because we engage the youth. So what I'm saying in essence is that as a community leader, we must be ready and prepared to play the role that is expected of us as leader by engaging. Let us dialogue with them. Let us appeal to their sense of reasonings to see the beauty and the inherent benefit in embracing. And beyond that, some of them that are not ready or prepared to fall in line, we must use the instrumentality of law to deal with them decisively. We did that in Odiolo Ojuoye. Some of them spent 2 years in prison. By the time they come back, nobody needs to tell them before they conform. With the rule of engagement that have been agreed among the relevant stakeholders in our community. And secondly, we must also give primacy to proactive rather than being reactive. Let's make use of the various security agencies we have on ground. There is an agency of government that has started with the responsibility of gathering intelligence. What are we doing with that intelligence? What relationship do we have with the conventional police? What relationship do we have with the leadership of the various community? See something, say something. If you cannot say it to the police, tell them you must endear yourself into the act of the resident to the extent that once they tell the chairman, it will not leak out. Once they tell the chairman of the CDC, it will not leak out. Once they tell the chairman of the CDA, it will not leak out. I tell them, any intelligence, any information you have, come and tell me. Just leave it. What I want to do with it, it's less of your problem. And these are some of the things that we did to ensure we get to the stage we are in our local government. Because I will tell anyone that care to listen that, look, it is my choice that I don't want to be good boy. Like Shola said, because anybody to be in Mushin, to only one form of video, the degree lawyer toto. What differ is the degree and what you want to do with it. I always tell my friend from the Ibron area that if you claim you are book-wise, I'm also book-wise. But what you cannot take away from me is my street knowledge. And my street knowledge, if I combine it with my book knowledge, the edge we have is that we always beat the people from the so-called Ibron area into the game they erroneously believe they should have in farm control. So to me, it's always a thing of joy that I am from Mushin. So if some people say, I don't see it as a disadvantage, rather is more of an advantage than disadvantage. So what we should endeavor to do as a community leader is to continue to engage our youth, those of them that need job, because an idle mind is a devil workshop. Those of them that need work, create an enabling environment for them that we give them job opportunity. Some of them that did not have the privilege of going through formal education, encourage them to acquire one skill or the other. Not only that, use the instrumentality of your vantage position to let some of them get loan at almost zero interest rate. Unfortunately, as a people too, we must also be patriotic. And I'm saying this from the knowledge. I recall that we initiated a program. We gave 100 million to the residents of the local government. But one thing, some of them, at zero interest, some of them collected it. Up to now, they have not paid back. How do you want the sustainability of such scheme? And what we intend to achieve with that is that instead of patronizing Pomulanta, that you will pay through your nose, you will pay 10% or 15% every month. We said, no, you don't need to pay any percent. Use it for 1 year and pay back. And we structure it in such a way that it will not be a burden. But instead of paying back, they have not paid back. Some of the people that have not paid back, some of them are youth. Not only youth, some of them are youth activists.
Well said, my chairman.
So what I'm saying in essence is, as a people, we need to be patriotic. We need to believe in our country. We need to know that nobody will fix this country for us. We are the one that will fix it by ourselves. And if government come up with innovative initiative that will benefit you, you must also play the role that is expected of you as a responsible citizen or resident of that community. So you can imagine when I gave 100 million out, I expect you to pay back with the ultimate objective of ensuring we continue that program. And you fail to pay back. How will I sustain. So automatically, you have prevented other people from benefiting. And we said that we must be, both Muslims and Christians, they told us we must be our brothers and sisters keeper. By not paying back, what we are saying invariably is that you are not your brother, neither are you your sister's keeper. And the religious organizations too have a major role to play. They should use their power of microphone, because by virtue of the vantage position they occupy in our space, they are expected to be the conscience of our community. So our clergymen, what are they doing with the boys that are engaging in one form of vices or the other that are detrimental to the growth or development of our community? Why should they consider those people as title holder? Why should they consider them as title holders? And to we politicians too, we must also stop using these people as tools to actualize our self-centerism political agenda. We are leaders. We can actually use them to achieve our agenda without telling them to engage in one vices or the other. So I think those are some of the role that is expected of us as a community leaders to play if truly we want to achieve permanent peace in our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I want to acknowledge our chairman, Mushin Local Government Chairman, Honorable Emmanuel Bangboye. He's with us now. Welcome, sir.
All right. That is amazing. That is amazing. I believe for those that are listening to us, they know the reason why we have formed the community we have formed, and the reason, and there are some selling points, and you can rewatch this on the YouTube. You know, I've shared the YouTube link with people. You can rewatch everything that our honorable has said. He has said a lot of things that actually carry a lot of value, and it is possible if we can fix a community, we can fix um the whole Nigeria. And he mentioned something. We are all supposed to be intentional about fixing our father's land. No one will fix it for us. We are all stakeholders. Having said that, let's have our Honorable Emmanuel Bamigoye to speak with us. And the question that we'll be asking Honorable Bamigoye, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Excellent. There is an ecosystem because there is another person beside you that is on. The person needs to lower the volume of their device, and so that yours can come up. So that it will not echo. We want to ask you a question. In what way can we use education, both formal and informal, to steer Mushin youth towards positive nation building rules? What do you in what way do you think we can use that to steer Mushin up? Honorable Bangboy, over to you, sir. Are you there, sir?
If he's not there, we can ask Miss Bukola, Honorable Bukola or Dr. Bukola to please answer the question.
Okay, over to you, Dr. Bukola. Over to you, please. Is Dr. Bukola there?
Honorable Bangwe is
Dr.
there.
Bukola, are you there? Okay, can we
Miss
can we get
Omobolale Davis.
Okay,
Madam Omolale, please?
Ọmọbọ́láńlé Àwẹ̀ró ni Remi mi dòdò mi kò ṣe Bùkọ́lá.
Okay, má bínú mà.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah, over to you.
Okay. Madam Nkechi International. It was a wow experience meeting with you yesterday, and ẹ gbà mí láyè ká máa fi Yorùbá àti skoin Mushin bóyá Honorable mi ṣe ti ṣàlàyé fún wa síwájú. Níbí nínú ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi tẹ́ wà ní YouTube àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa lágbàáyé nítorí Mushin ó ń láti shine ọmọ Mushin ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ ni wá. Níbí nínú bọ̀tà a máa fi style máa fi òyìnbó yẹn sí torí ká lè wà global ní Mushin tẹ́lẹ̀. Okay, thank you once again, Honorable Razak Ajala, ọ̀rẹ́ mi. Ṣé mo dúpẹ́. Ó ṣe tó ń kí mi lọ́wọ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà. Mo rántí ọjọ́ náà bí àná ní Nigeria model. Ṣé mo dúpẹ́. Ńgbà tá a tún wá ṣe tán náà ó tún ń kí mi lọ́wọ́. Honorable ló kọ́ fún mi ní pounds ní London gbogbo àgbáyé. Ẹ bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Òun ló dẹ̀ mọ̀ tó ń jẹ́ pounds. And so I want to appreciate Honorable Razak Ajala, my HRA with emphasis. Títèmi ni o, Kẹ́hìndé náà ò ní bínú, toró mọ̀ wípé ọ̀rẹ́ mi àtàtà ni Honorable. A ti ń bára bọ̀ díẹ̀ tipẹ́ nípa Odi Olówó nípa Mushin. And so this is a wow experience for me, and I want to thank my God. I was telling Commissioner Nkechi yesterday, ìpè Ọlọ́run ìtóbi. Ó ṣe jẹ́ àná yẹn gangan ni kọmíṣánná Nkechi pè mí tí Honorable Razak Ajala náà pè mí nítorí pé omi ń pè ṣe mọ̀ pé tí alágbẹ̀dẹ bá ń lu nǹkan lójú kan tá a bá wò dáadáa ó lámì tó fẹ́ fi hàn wá alágbẹ̀dẹ ọ̀run bàbá mi Kristi Jésù Ọlọ́run àgbáyé ó ní tó fẹ́ ṣe nínú ayé wa ni. And so it's a privilege to have this platform. I do not qualify, but I want to appreciate once again the outgoing chairman of Odi Olówó LCDA, Honorable Razak Ajala, HRA. Iṣẹ́ ṣì wà fún wọn láti ṣe. A ṣì ń lọ sí Lagos House, a dẹ̀ ń lọ sí Abuja, káàdì tí gbọ́ kó sọ fún ọmọ ẹ̀. I want to also appreciate Honorable Bamigboye. Wọ́n lè má rántí mi ṣùgbọ́n Dr. Odufuwa ó mú mi wá sọ́fíìsì wọn. A wá ṣe bill and mitigate assessment. Wọ́n gbà wá tọwọ́ tẹsẹ̀. In fact, tẹ́ bá rówó ọkọ̀ tó fún wa Commissioner Nkechi ẹ̀ níbí. And so thank you so much, my chairman Mushin LGA. Thank you everyone on this platform. I just want to give you an overview 1 minute before I go into this discourse. Ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ 10 wò yìí, number 10 Fàfolú náà bí mi sí. Ilé náà bí mi sí o. Ní church wòlíì Anna Obaseki. Ní number 10 Fàfolú Mushin náà bí mi sí. And from there, I lọ sí Láyòyè kọ́ mi number 36. So ńgbà tí chairman mi ń sọ pé àwọn pa máa fẹ́ ní nǹkan kan. Láyòyè kọ́ mi yẹn náà wà nù eyebrow. Nígbà yẹn. But nípa orí ọ̀fẹ́, Ọlọ́run á máa jẹ́ Ọlọ́run. And so it's a privilege, to come back to my constituency, okay, and be able to impact. And Honorable HRA has given me a lot of great platforms, to express my giftings, and so permit me to keep applauding him in this conversation. And so my moderator, do you mind to ask the question once again so that we could get into perspective of this discourse, if you don't mind?
All right. I'm asking the question all over again. And the question to you, ma'am, is that in what way can we use education, both formal and informal, to steer Mushin youth towards positive nation-building roles? What's your take on this?
All right. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ olùdarí ètò àti ọlọ́wọ́ bọ́tìn wa. Ṣé ẹ rí Ọmọbọ́láńlé Àwẹ̀ró tẹ́ ń wò yìí? Màá tún sọ ní òyìnbó fún àwọn tí wọn ò ní àǹfààní láti gbọ́ èdè wa. Ṣé mọ̀ pé Yorùbá global? Ṣé rí èmi tẹ́ ń wò yìí? I'm a product of government education. I've never had foreign education in my life except certification courses online. America ti ń kechi wà, mo ti lóhùn ló mẹ́mi àtọmọ mi lọ, àti ń dẹrù wa, àdébẹ̀rì. But nípa orí ọ̀fẹ́ ìjọba tó múnádóko, ìjọba Jákàndé, irú àwa yìí, a move láti nursery school. Ṣóyè wa ń gbà yẹn, ọmọ 1973 ni mí, wọ́n ní ẹni tí ò bá ti mú ọmọ ẹ̀ kúrò kò ní wà ní àǹfààní. And I was able nílé olórogún tó jẹ́ pé ṣe mọ̀ pé ìyá mi ni bí ìyàwó kẹrin sí kẹta. So bọ́n bá tiẹ̀ ń pín education alàgbà kò yẹ kó kàn wá rárá. And but by virtue of government in the driver's seat, I'm a product of education of Lagos State government. And so I want to applaud the Jakonde Foundation. I want to applaud his seed. I want to applaud the legacy that this man gave education in Lagos State. And mo wá move, mo rá pálapàla títí, àwọ̀ University of Ife, àlọ́ka ìwé medicine. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ wípé nígbà tá a wà ń bẹ̀ mi ò ra textbook torí kò sówó, ọmọ mẹ́ta, bí n bá ti faṣọ ṣe àǹkárá ni mo fi ń ṣe sanitary pad, ẹ má bínú, ṣé ẹ mọ̀. And so tipátìkúùkù ọmọ mẹ́ta ó ka ìwé yanrantí nípa gọ́fmẹ̀ntì federal, àwa náà di graduate. So gbogbo ọmọ ìyá mi márààrún nípa orí ọ̀fẹ́ Lagos State àti federal la fi kàwé tá a yanrantí. Ẹ rí i pé béèyàn bá fowó ròyìn yóò mọ ọkọ̀, ẹ rí i pé Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yẹn náà ń jáde ní díẹ̀díẹ̀. And so we cannot overemphasize education. I make a study of government working. I make a study working from the ward level to the local government level, to the state, to the federal. And so I've not benefited from international education. And sanwó fáwọn yẹn ni. Ṣùgbọ́n pé gọ́fmẹ̀ntì ìjọba Nàìjíríà, ìjọba ìlú Èkó, ìjọba ti local government, gbogbo ẹ̀bùn oríṣiríṣi honorable náà, HRA wọ́n á tún ṣàlàyé díẹ̀ fún wa. Kò sí gift tèmi yóò ń gbà. Bí mo ṣe ń ṣe jet club ni mò ń ṣaréwéyọ̀, ni mò ń ṣe òyìnbó, ni mò ń ṣe Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. English teacher mi àti Yorùbá teacher mi, àwọn náà máa tó join wa. Àwọn professor mi náà tó kọ́ mi nífẹ̀ẹ́, àwọn náà máa join wa lórí ètò yìí. And so kí là ń sọ? Ilé la ti ń kẹ́ṣọ̀ọ́ ròde, ẹ̀yin òbí, ìyá ọlọ́mọ, bàbá ọlọ́mọ, iṣẹ́ kí ló ń ṣe? Ìjọba ti yanrantí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sí the root cause. I came from a dysfunctional home. You can call polygamous in quote dysfunctional, but culture wa ni kò sí ní tá a fẹ́ ṣe sí àlégékù. But irú àwa yìí, irú honorable mi, HRA, a yanjú ayè ní Mushin náà nípa orí ọ̀fẹ́ pé àwọn òbí kan fi ṣe ètò, wọ́n jókòó sí di ẹrù wọn, wọ́n ṣe ní tó yẹ kán ṣe. And so I want to encourage that ilé la ti ń kẹ́ṣọ̀ọ́ ròde o. Okay, that is JF Ọdúnjọ, àwa yìí ká JF Ọdúnjọ, ẹ bá ń bi honorable mi. Àná Nkechi náà, ọdún 23 làwọn náà lò Nàìjíríà, commissioner wa tán kó wa jọ yìí. And so ipa òbí a lè kó kéré nínú education. Yóò kọ́kọ́ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ lé báwo la ṣe ń ṣe káàárọ̀ ojíire àjíbí kó tó di pọ́ mọ́ ó lọ máa ṣe Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ wọn ní ẹ̀kọ́ lé, ìtójóbìnrin kó mọṣẹ́ obìnrin, ká mọ bá ti ń kí àgbàlagbà, ìtójẹ́ ọkùnrin kó mọṣẹ́ ọkùnrin, wípé ọkùnrin làdá, ọkùnrin làrólé, ọkùnrin la fi ń tolé, àwọn obìnrin nìyàwó lé. So ńgbà tíyàwó ẹni ẹ̀fẹ́ olè lábúlé, baálẹ̀ ń tagbó, ìyàwó ẹ̀ ń tò gógóró. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ńgbà táwọn olórí ìlú ti túlù, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kí ni àwọn ọmọ fẹ́ ṣe? And so it's so critical. One of the things that I'm working with HRA in the area of education, if you go to Odiolowo, I could showcase all the primary schools to you. You will see exemplary leadership. You can't get to Odiolowo or Mushin and you will not say. My honorable Bamigboye is also there, Ba mi àgbà. Àwọn náà àfọbàjẹ́ ni wọ́n. Àwọn honorable Ṣọlá náà àfọbàjẹ́, àwa náà tún ṣì ń lọ ilé ọba, a ṣì ń lọ s'Àbújá. Tẹ́ ẹ bá dé gbogbo Mushin ní Mushin 1 àti Mushin 2, ẹ rí example leadership, ẹ rí example àwọn òbí. Bó tilẹ̀ máa tò gógóró kó máa jẹ́ pé ó ń pàtẹ, ọmọ ẹ̀ láti lọ school nítorí wípé a ṣe ètò yẹn ni. And so it's a bottom top approach from my bàbá mi tó wà l'Àbújá tá à ń padà bọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí títí tá a máa fi dé world level. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kí a má kó ipa òbí tì, ká má kó ipa tìjọba tì. Àwọn tíṣà wa iṣẹ́ kékeré ni o. Bomo bati keshoro de latile, you doing a little as teachers. And so I don't want us to rub off education. Whether I'm a doctor and you could see my face, I did my face myself. I tax shift, I tax shift at different times, depending on what you want me to portray, depending on the CV that you want me to portray. But I can tell you that education has impacted my life, right from nursery to primary to secondary to university. I'm a doctor. I'm a global doctor. I'm a product of National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. I've done certification courses with a university abroad. And I have two professors I want to mention here. Adeshegun Fatusi is supposed to join. He's my mentor. And Professor Folashade Ogunshola Iyamitoto, the current Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos. Àwọn tó tọ́ mi nìyẹn nípa pé ká mọ̀ sọ, ká mọ̀ létò, ká mọ̀ ṣe obìnrin ṣe, ká mọ̀ bí a ṣe ń ṣe doctor. And so education, tá a bá dẹ̀ sọ òbí, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa, kò ń ṣòbí tó bí ọmọ yẹn nìkan ni o. Ní ayé àtijọ́, gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti wà nípò òbí ni òbí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sí basis. Kí òbí ṣe ipa ẹ̀, ìjọba ti ṣe tiẹ̀. Ẹ wo results for the first time. Lagos is always taking giant strides when it comes to WAEC. All our public schools are always taking top. Look at the JAMB result. Look at the WAEC result. And so iṣẹ́ wà láti ṣe o. Iṣẹ́ wà láti ṣe. And so ọlọ́wọ́ button wa, olùdarí, if you have specific questions, and then before I forget, ṣe rí education wa láti nursery ní sà, a máa overall gbogbo curriculum ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ìlú òyìnbó tá à ń sá lọ ní ìsìn ní London 2013 mo ti débẹ̀ gbẹ̀yìn, ó lè jẹ́ yìí náà lẹ́ẹ̀ ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì mi fún next one gbà bá máa gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí sí pépé global. Níbo ni mo ti fẹ́ rówó tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì? And so ẹ jọ̀ọ́, a ń láti ṣe curriculum wa láti inú ilé títí dé nursery ìpele kìíní, títí dé pre-nursery, títí dé secondary, títí dé university. Gbogbo tá à ń kọ́ ó ti obsolete o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká yá ọ̀rọ̀ òyìnbó. A ti ń sọ artificial intelligence. I'm a doctor, there's robotic surgery, there's laser surgery, there's all sorts of, but a gbọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ojúde inú ilé títí dé àwọn àgbà ojúde. All right. And so I'm going to stop here because I don't know how many minutes moderator is giving me, but education, home training, parental, it's my core competencies. And Yorùbá yẹn, àwọn Yorùbá teacher mi tán bá join, wọ́n sọ fún yín pé yanrantí ni Bọ́láńlé, Àwẹ̀ró ka Yorùbá ló ka English, ni mo ṣe fẹ́ kán join. And so over moderator, we cannot overemphasize education, but èmi fẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ilé. Let's start from the home. Let's get the parents to take the driver's seat, and you will get things sorted up. And then because policies are going from Bami, Tinubu, títí dé Mr. Selebu, títí dé local government, and you could see exemplary nature. And so I think government is doing its own. Àwa òbí ni ká ṣe ń tá a máa ṣe, ká mú tẹ̀síwájú. Over for now. Thank you for the privilege.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Ma.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Okay,
sir. Yes, sir. Okay, you want to talk, sir?
Yes.
My honorable. Yeah. Okay. Let me hold on for you.
If I'm permitted.
You are permitted,
if I am permitted.
Sir.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
So let me thank and appreciate Dr. Bolanle Awero Adelakun. I always call her my SG. That's my senior girl. So when she said, òun lè sọ Yorùbá ní kí n gbogbo ẹ̀ ló mọ̀ pé Yorùbá yẹn ehun àmẹ́sàn ló mú ìwé ló mọ̀ ní bó ṣe wà yẹn. So anyway, what I just want to say is this. I agree with what Doctor said, that when you talk of education, it shouldn't be the exclusive responsibility of our teachers. As a parent, we have a major role to play. Because our children, they spend just 8 hours in school. What that means is that the remaining 16 hours, they spend it with us as parents. So the question we should ask is, what effort are we making to ensure that our children, they conform with acceptable moral values. Particularly now that we don't have moral instruction. I recall that when we are young, one of our subjects then is a moral instruction, but there is no more moral instruction. So it is important as a parent, as a guardian, we play the role that is expected of us. It's one thing for government to invest in order to ensure functional and qualitative provision of functional and qualitative education for our children. It's another thing for the parent to play the supportive role that is expected of them. So therefore, I'm using this medium to appeal to our parents that they should please play the role that is expected of them. And secondly, we should not live under the illusion that all of us must go through formal education. No. That is why what Doctor just said, that's why we agree with what she just said. I think we need to change our curriculum. We need to change our thinking. Good as formal education is, not all of us go through it. Some are born to have passion. You can imagine carpentry. Some people are doing carpentry. Some are carpenter. Some are bricklayers. We want to build our house. We need the service of bricklayer. You want your furniture. We need the service of a carpentry. So the fact that your children do not go through primary, secondary, and university doesn't mean that that person will not be a successful person. But the most important thing is, if that person, if your children, if they choose to acquire one vocational skill or the other, please do encourage them. After all, I recall when I was discussing with Bola this morning, she told me, I don't want to be a doctor. Doctor no law. Understand? So that is the thinking of our children now. That's their thinking. But when we are growing up, we believe that the only profession that is acceptable is either you are engineer, you are lawyer, you are accountant, or you are doctors. But ladies and gentlemen, mass and SARS, please don't let us limit our children to primary, secondary, and no. Let's encourage some of them that decide to go for informal education to go through it. It's not the end. Education is not the end, it's the means to an end. The end is to ensure they become responsible and successful people, which inshallah, all our children will be. But having said that, we should inculcate in them the need to acquire basic education. The fact that you want to go for carpentry, furniture making, whatever, doesn't mean that you don't have basic education. Because Awolowo once said it, Awolowo was intentional in introducing universal free education. And I recall that when he was asked that why, do you know his response? Hello? Hello?
We can hear you, my chairman. You are audible.
We can hear you. Okay.
Okay. Do you know his response? His response is he decided to introduce universal free education because he doesn't want the children of his driver to become the driver of his children. So that some of us had the privilege, like Bola said, some of us had the privilege to attain the height we are on the socio-economic ladder today. Couldn't have been possible if you have not gone through the formal education. And the earlier some of us in government know that the only antidote to solve the security challenges we are facing today is to be intentional in ensuring our youth go through formal or informal education. I think they're good for us. The relative peace we are enjoying in the southwest part of the nation today was due to the introduction of universal free education. The successful administration after Awolowo saw the beauty in it and the key into it. Because if you fail to provide a platform for the children of our mates, of our security guide to go through formal or informal education, they may end up becoming another bandit, terrorist, militant, and what have you. So therefore, as a government, we are trying our utmost best to ensure we create a multi-layers opportunity for our youth to go through formal or informal, but please, they should embrace it. We have vocational center built by Lagos State government at Layo Yekomi. Some of our children that cannot go to university, they have opportunity to go there, or they can even go to technical colleges. As we are speaking, Senator Ide Atoluranti Adebule is building another skill acquisition center at Odiolowo Ojuoye. The objective is to create such centers across various communities so that some of our youth that cannot go to university, they can have other platforms to acquire their informal education. But in acquiring it, they must emphasize the need to have basic education. If they have basic education, they will be able to communicate in English, which of course is a global language. If they want to do one form of business or the other, they need this thing to be able to do it. Even if at the end of the day, they even decide to be a pepper seller, the fact that they have basic education, it will automatically make the difference in their approach with their prospective, with their customer or prospective customer, in the way they brand their product and in the way they think on how they are going to get a fair share of the market. That is the whole essence of education. And our churches, Sunday school, we must go back to that. Our moral system has collapsed. Our value system, rather, it has collapsed. Why? is because our clergymen are not playing the role that is expected of them in the society. So our clergyman, this emphasis, be it imam or pastor, this emphasis on prosperity, please, we should disemphasize it. How can clergyman be saying that God did not create not to be a wealthy man or wealthy one? No. Not all of us will be like Dangote. Not all of us will be billionaire, will be millionaire. We should train our congregation on the value of hard work. At least we can still recall vividly when we are young. That is why Yoruba, we are very, and I'm sure it's also the same thing is also with other native languages too. Take it. So we must go back to farm. It's because of this mad race for prosperity. That is why our youth are informing one form of vices or the other, the Yahoo, the Skinny, all those stuff. They cannot learn this thing in formal education setting. They can only learn it through their parents. They can learn it in mosque. They can learn it in church, in mosque and in churches. That is where they can learn it. So our clergymen, they must be alerted to their responsibility as the conscience of our society and play the role that is expected of them by being intentional in inculcating into their members the virtue of hardworking, while the parent too must play the role that is expected of them by providing the effective support system for their children, and the teachers too must also play the role that is by providing quality and functional education to the pupils and the students. Thank you. Meanwhile,
Thank
you
you so
permit
much,
me.
my chairman, Nkechi, and can you just let me say one thing to buttress my chairman? I apologize for barging in. Mo kàn rántí ni, my chairman, iṣẹ́ ni oògùn ìṣẹ́. Múra síṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi, iṣẹ́ la fi ń dẹni gíga. Bí a kò bá rẹ́ni gbẹ́kẹ̀lé, bí ọ̀lẹ là ń rí, bí a kò bá rẹ́ni fẹ̀yìntì. Please let everybody unmute and join. À ń tẹra mọ́ṣẹ́ ni. Ìyá rẹ lè lówó lọ́wọ́. Bàbá rẹ lè
ilé kan tó bá gbójúlé wọn ó tẹ́ tán ni mo sọ fún ẹ.
Bá jìyà fún ṣé kì í lè pẹ́ ohun tí a bá fara ṣiṣẹ́ fún lọ́wọ́ ẹni. Lára
lọ́wọ́ ẹni
máa ń fẹ́ ọ lónìí, wọ́n á tún máa fẹ́ ọ lọ́la. And so that is it. And second thing that my chairman said that I want to buttress, which I've said, is curriculum. My chairman, gbogbo wa tá a lọ sí school Jákàndé, a máa ṣe woodwork, Mr. Gbangbola ló kọ́ wa, a máa ṣe technical drawing, a máa ṣe cement, gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ti yọ kúrò,
a máa lọ sí center ní
kiri. A máa lọ sí center. Tẹ́ ẹ bá wálé ni mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ harvest palm kernel ni o, ilé mi rent ni my chairman ti délé mi rí. Mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe iṣu ni. Mo ní lemon, gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mo ní iṣẹ́ ọ̀gbìn, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ní iṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè. Ìwé kíkọ́ àti àdá Round of applause to my chairman. Thank you so much. I apologize that I'm a bit biased about my chairman. I apologize.
Yes,
so, Commissioner Keshi, you will permit me to exit.
You need to allow Chairman Mr. Gbangboye to speak before you exit.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay.
Honorable Ajala.
Honorable Gbangboye, please.
Commissioner, ma'am. Commissioner, I know he's going to run away right after the chair, Honorable Gbangboye speaks. But I want, because he has the ear of the senator, our very amazing Senator Idiot. Sir, all these things you say, come on, my book is filled up, Honorable Ajala, is filled up. But I want you, please, is there a way, since we don't have a lot of lawmakers here, and I know you have the ear of one of such persons, this technical education and what have you, I've been thinking about it for a while. Is there no way we can inculcate it in the secondary school? Because I have case studies of, I work with girls and I work with
Sorry
boys.
to cut you before my chairman responds. Sorry. Ìyá wa GSS ẹ ti gbàgbé ni wípé a máa kọ́ ṣe GSS 3 ọmọ tó bá pass ló máa ṣe secondary gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà ń bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀.
Can I? Okay, ma.
Hello.
Yes, I know.
Hello.
Doctor,
ẹ bá wa sọ fún ọkọ gbé padà.
Okay, ma.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Sir.
We
Mr.
thank
Honorable
God.
Bangboye.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry for not joining you in time. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Pastor.
Okay. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, I want to apologize for not joining you in time. And I wasn't prepared for this particular subject. I've forgotten. Though Miss Nkechi told me, and he called me about it, but maybe I didn't sleep in time yesterday. So I just woke up and I got a call. But notwithstanding, it's our territory and we should be able to say one or two things to support you. And I also want to thank the organizers. That's my friend, Miss Nkechi from California, and all our groups too. And those that have taken their time to wait and attend this meeting, I also want to appreciate them. And even my colleague there, Honorable Ajala, who has been contributing since morning, because of my network or these things. So I couldn't even hear much about him, but notwithstanding, I can smell what has really contributed. So the question 4, am I to talk about the...
question 4, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, as the chairman of Mushin local government presently, I want to say one or two things that I've done to showcase my office, particularly when I, first of all, assumed the office. I walk around all some of the industrial areas we have in Mushin local government. And I seek if they can employ some of them, I mean the youth, and which we did that time. At that time, at least over 25 to 30 people were employed in Mushin local government. Then not only that, on the issue of education, there is no year we have not been doing anything like JAM form free, GC form, together with the coachings, just to make sure that the youth are really carried along. And those that are university supposed to run away from university because of this thing too, we used to give them a scholarship or give them bursary award nearly every year. We used to do that. Though in my office now, presently, when we were not giving slots to employ people from the state, we have employed over 300 people in our office, even though it's non-pensionable staff. But on a yearly basis, we used to make sure we employ that on and we use local government money to pay them on yearly basis, on a monthly basis. So we now look at what can we do to support the youth as a whole altogether. Are you hearing me, please?
We are hearing you, sir. We are loud and clear.
What and everybody is hearing me. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've mentioned about 2 or 3 things. Now we are now saying that how do we help the youth? And that's the reason I've given, that when we came in as chairman, we did all those things. and we ensure that at least every part of youth were really touched in most cases. And the latest thing we did of recent is radio stations we just started. And all the people that we work there, they are all from Mushin and they are all youths. We have not been employing elderly people there. They are youth too, and they know that. In fact, I was there when we conducted the interview, and I made sure that all the youth from Mushin, most of the people we employed there, they are all from Mushin. So that is that. On the issue, because employment is very paramount, going to school is very, very paramount, then other engaging activities too, like doing, say we are people to learn all these works. We have done over nothing less than at least, let me say, over 5,000 people that we have really engaged in training them throughout the administrations. And anytime we train them like that, we ensure that we buy equipment for them so that they can go and start on their own. And we have also done a lot of empowerment, especially to both youth, widows, and aged peoples, like giving them money for them to start a business of their own, like buying a rata, that's a grinding machine, giving them all sorts of things for them to start doing something, so that if you give it to their mother can help them. So they can, if the mother or the parent is having money, they can equally extend it to their children, so that the children will not go astray. These are the things we have been doing. And I believe some of our colleagues too, they are doing it. And even the House of Assembly, House of Rep, the senators, they are also doing that. So in order to make the youth to be engaged, these are part of the things we are doing. And I want to say something about what is the solution to this problem. Because a lot of people, they have talked and they have been saying one or two things, but we are mostly concerned about the solution. Because when we started this government, this thing that is happening, they have been coming not only this time around, it has been coming for over 20 years now, or more than that have been coming. It's only we are managing it. We have been trying to manage it in most cases, so that it will not be too much. And we thank God how we have done about it, and the security agencies too. Severally, we have had so many meetings with them. The police, the OP Mesa, the these people like DSS, then the civil defense, and severally we have met with the CP in Lagos State, and severally we have met area commander and some other agencies like that. And in the course of meeting them, we used to tell them that because we have a lot of hideouts for these people, either in the uncompleted buildings, either in the market, where some of the market they are not using. And that's why we embark on development of a market. We have constructed so many markets so that we can change it to modern market, so that the people, some of the places they are using for hideout will no longer be a hideout place. So we constructed so many markets so that to reduce the people hiding in the various places. Then canal, along the canal side, some of these boys, they hide in the canal. And in the course of hiding, either in the canal or uncompleted building or somewhere that is be able to exchange a lot of drinks. Wọ́n máa mu oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. oríṣiríṣi nǹkan náà máa mú, then they can be able to do all those nonsense. Before they come to anything like that, they must have been in a particular place, either at the canal side, either at the uncompleted building, either somewhere in the market, or somewhere in the hotel, or somewhere, just to make sure that they converge in a place. After that, they now go out to perpetrate evils that they are doing. So these are the part of the secret we have gotten. And in most cases, we also engage the OP messers, OPC. There was a time we have 1,000 students, 1,000, they call them 1,000 boys at Lawansi, Itire, then Eleja side. We now engage the OPC to start picking them from their areas. And that time, at least over 33 people were picked there. So from there, all those things stopped. And that time was the time we were preparing for my second time in office. They were picked. And severally, I had a meeting with all these KBC palace to talk to them so that they can also join us in the movement to make sure we checkmate the excess of these peoples. So I met, where I did a meeting with KBC, Onitire. We were there together with my teams, and we talked to them. We also met KBC, Mushin, Baba Ileru, and we also talked to them too, so that they can join us to make sure that these people are really checked and they come back to their senses. So severally, we have been calling a lot of either youth meetings, youth engagement, to talk to their senses, and it's either we appeal to them or sometimes we give them warning to ensure that these people, they disengage from this all these activities. So these are the things we have been doing. But on the issue of employment, we have been trying our best to make sure we do a lot of youth engagement in terms of training them for one thing or the other, and we give them equipment. We also make sure that we employ some of them that we could be able to employ. Then we also support them with their maybe either to give them jam form with coaching classes and the rest of them. So these are the things we are doing to ensure we engage the youth for Mushin local government. I just want to be to summarize it so that at the end of the day, I will not it will not really be I will not spend much of your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So for me, the reason why I organize this event or trying to make everyone of us come together is trying to find a solution to help our youth. And I am speaking for them because I know most of them don't have a voice. For me, I know that if we can employ them, if we can find things for them, most of them will not do that. So I am pleading with officials, elected officials, for us to have another meeting and see a solution to this, because we've taken your time. It's almost 2 hours right now that we've been on air. So I would want to ask you all to see if we can have a part 2 of this gathering, that we all come on air and also invite people from people abroad that are from Mushin. It's not only the government that can build a community or that can build a nation. we, the community members, can also help to build our community and help to solve
Yes,
some
yes.
problems. The government cannot do it all. So what I'm seeking and begging from every one of us here, if we know anyone from Mushin, anybody that is an elected official, when we're going to do this, we're going to really manage our time and have people come in and suggest things that we can do. The killing, putting them away is not the best way, because if I can do it, ìgbà tèmi ṣe tèmi nígbà tí mo wà Mushin, nígbà tí mo wà ní Tirẹ̀, you understand? I wasn't buoyant this way. I wasn't abroad. I was looking at them from a distance. And I was able to make a change. I'm a young girl then. I'm still young in front of many of you, right? Pé mo lè lọ gbaṣẹ́, mo lè lọ gba contract, pé gbogbo wọn pé kán wá ṣiṣẹ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ gbọ́rọ̀ sí mi lẹ́nu. So if I can do it then, we are all of us here, we can do it too. Find jobs, center, community employment, talk to top places. Like Dangote can build something in our community. There's a lot of industrial places in Mushin. We have markets. We have big markets where they sell plantain and all that. We have land that we can turn into farms, that we can employ our boys or teach them how to farm and make food. You understand? Be less expensive. We have a lot of things. We have in Mushin, we are very, very industrial. In Mushin, we have people that can, where they sew shoes and bags and everything. We have a lot of things in Mushin that we can, have our boys get into and employ them. I detest and I'm not happy seeing young people dying every day, killing themselves. That is the reason behind me doing this today. So I know I've taken your time so much today, but I really want us that next time we do this, we're going to really devote our time and sit down and address this issue and find a solution to it. This is not the end of this community or town hall or roundtable talk Zoom meeting. It is something that we're going to do another time and invite a lot of people, top officials, and the commissioner of police. There's nothing wrong in him coming into this thing. We are helping him. The security of Mushin is zero at this moment with our boys dying. What is our security doing? What is our elected officials doing? So I am pleading with every one of us, let's come together and find a way to create an impact, a great impact, and empower our youth and bring peace, unity back to Mushin. So I want us to end this by praying, and you will see me send another invitation, and that invitation will be a solution time. So please, I have one. Before we go, I want this Mr. Abubakar Alhaji ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sà for a few minutes. Hassan.
Assalamu
Ẹ jẹ́ kó
alaikum.
sọ̀rọ̀ for a few minutes, sir, for 3 minutes, because mo mọ̀ pé leader àwọn youth ni wọ́n náà, káwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ ká tó close.
My commissioner, I equally have someone that I want to speak to for like 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Because that is a bona fide person from Mushin, and that is the CEO of Agview Investment Limited. And
Yeah, so ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ máa fún yín ní floor kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ pé ká tó lọ àtúpadà wá ṣe kíní ìsà ẹ má bínú sà torí time sà. Ẹ lè sọ̀rọ̀ sẹ̀.
Good morning. Good morning.
Your morning.
My name is Mushin Abdullah. I'm a community leader, community influencer, and
lot too, and he's a proud.
Yes. My chairman is here, and you can see me posting some charts. Truly, I am from Idiaraba. The other time, Chairman Ajala was speaking. He mentioned issues that was issues that between Idiaraba and Mushin, like an unrest, youth unrest. It isn't from Idiaraba. Yes, it's from Upper Mushin. And what we try to do from Idiaraba is to make sure that that unrest, that youth issue, is not escalate into Idiaraba. So we block every entrance that thing can come in, and we make sure that our youth do not participate. And thank you, Chairman Bamigoy. Is always engaging Idiaraba community leaders on peaceful coexistence. You know how Idiaraba is. It's an hybrid community where you have the Hausas, the Yorubas, the Igbos, and all type of tribes, even people from neighboring countries. So what we try to do is to maintain a kind of peaceful coexistence whereby we all live in peace, And a lot of things have been happening. And in regards to our youth, we try to make sure that we offer them job opportunities, and we mentor them on being able to be self-reliant. Though the government are doing their bit, but we believe the government are also doing more. And this government, that of Honorable Emmanuel Bamigoy and that of Ajala, they are doing a good job, a very, very good job. And we hope that successive governments can build from where they have stopped, and build on it. That way, see, when you said, I know I'm from Mushin, I was born in Mushin, I grew up in Mushin. My mom is an Hausa lady. My dad is Yoruba. My dad was born in the north. My mom was born in the south, in Lagos here, Ajishomo Street, inside Lagos Island. So I'm kind of outside Yoruba kind of person. So if I have the Hausa blood, I also have the Yoruba blood. If I have the this thing, from head, yes, because all we Munshi, we get that thing now through. This is Omobolale said. Mr. Jala said it too. We have it. That thing is inside us, Munshi. So I'm a graduate, yet I'm a sweet boy. But yet, I try to make sure that my sweet boy kind of attitude is for the benefit of my people, for the benefit of the youth, not to cause mayhem, not to destroy things, or rather to make our youth better in whatever they are doing. Yes. So I do tell my wife, don't put my son in the parlor. Let him move out. Let him be a mushy guy. Let him go. But I pray him to be a nice person, a good citizen. So thank you for having me in your meeting. Well, I'm telling you, we're doing all we can to see that our youth are better off. The richest man in Idiaraba, he did not go to school. He finished, I don't think he even finished secondary school. He's not the richest man in Idiaraba. He's into Guru the change. You understand? Education is key. But I'm telling you, mentorship and learning of skills is also very, very important. Very, very important. You have a lot of people that learn one or two things and they are doing well. And the local government are doing well in making sure that all this engagement, teaching youth how to do one or two things, they put it in their agenda and they are doing it. So I really commend our chairman for whatever they are doing, especially Honorable Emmanuel Bamigoy. You understand? He's the first chairman. He's the first chairman that brought government intervention into my community. And he has given in fact, recently he gave about 8 of our youth jobs. They are not in local government payroll, apart from the ones that have been there before. So if you can be having leaders like this, I'm telling you, a lot of things will change. And we need to be telling these guys that apart from in whatever, these are agricultural products, just like you said. You can go into export. You can teach them from the local government, not from Nigerian export. No, from the local government, we can start teaching them how to open companies, how to seek for potential buyers abroad, how to go about all these things. So that by the time they are making more money than that territorial control money, I'm telling you, most of them will leave that side and start doing something that is better. Yeah. So thank you for having me. Yeah, time is short, but thank you for having me.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for that wonderful contribution. Let's have on the final note for today, let's have the CEO of Akview Investment Limited, in the person of Ambassador Dr. Shegun Oshundairo. The question for you in few minutes, is that what innovative platform like tech, art, sport can be introduced to engage youth constructively in Mushin, being a product of Mushin. Over to you, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much. My pleasure to be here today. And I want to salute the leadership, those who have actually brought this, and also want to thank the two chairmen, Honorable Ajala. I like the innovation he has brought into governance and being a youth, and also Honorable Bangboyi, for his empowerment drive. His empowerment drive is second to none. He has really touched lives. And before going into the tech side, let me quickly say that there's no youth in Mushin, should be jobless. You see, that local government is blessed. It's so blessed that we have everything that we should even be exporting. We should be exporting talent. Mushin has the biggest rice market in the whole of Nigeria. Mushin has the biggest auto parts, market in the whole of Nigeria. Mushin, the Ojuwe market alone, there is no company that is into fast-moving consumer goods services that can joke with Ojuwe market in the whole of Nigeria. So no youth in Mushin is permitted to be jobless. You see, one thing about it is that we should not merge governance and business together. They are two different entities. When talking about governance, government, it's actually a framework by which organizations are directed and controlled. What they do is to make laws, to execute laws, to making sure that in business, we are being managed, we are being controlled, we are being directed, and also talking about business. Business is actually an organization or enterprise, or an entity that is engaged in either commercial or industrial or professional activities. And we are doing the business. They are, legislating, So what they just need is to give us a level playing ground, a platform to thrive. Let me quickly, just within 1 minute, I'll quickly rush through this. Number one is access to funding. They have this money. They generate revenue. They generate, they get taxes from the people. So they should have us have access to funding. Our counterpart in the West, let me use US as an example. There's something called acquisition and developmental loans. As a developer, I can go and get that loan to acquire the land and to build infrastructure. And government would actually get that money back through TIF, tax incremental funding from the residents, So, and there's construction loan, there's, you have permanent loans, you have mortgage systems working, and that is for government. That's what they should do. Number two is that they should reduce bureaucratic and all these challenges, bottlenecks, red tapes, in processing for businesses to thrive. Excuse me. They should reduce all these bureaucratic processes in what they do. You want to process a document, it will take you 3 years. In Turkey, which you know very well, it takes 3 months to get all your papers and have all your documents out. Talking about construction and for buildings, So they should reduce that. They should invest in education and training more. Get out these youths, invest in education. Just like Chairman Ajala said, education is very key. That has actually separated the western part of this country from others, because we are more educated here. The Awolowo of this world actually introduced free education. So they should also do more in that regard. Our educational system is failing. Look at the results, the JAM result. Look at the WAEC results in Lagos State. It's appalling. And it trickles down even to Mushin. So they should invest more in education and training. It's very important. They should encourage innovation. That is entrepreneurship, looking at how to build more of tech-driven organization system. This will even bring more money to them and also help the environment, the system very well. So they should invest more in innovation. They should also create a supportive legal framework. There are some of these laws that by now should be abolished. By now, for example, 1978 Land Use Act, that we are still using. 1978 is what we are still using, as a legal framework in the real estate industry. By now, that should have been abolished completely, should have been scrapped. There are some important information that should be kept, why some should be thrown out. And they should bring in new innovation and see how to bring in, look at, for example, in our schools, in all our universities in Nigeria, in Lagos, what we are taught in the 70s, in the 60s, they are still teaching them in this generation, this century, 1025. What we are taught, what someone like me was taught in the 90s, by now they should have improved on that. So create a supportive legal framework. It should foster a culture of entrepreneurship. A country cannot grow if you don't build your SMEs, build more businesses, give back to more. Call a stakeholders meeting for all the business men and women in Mushin. Call them together and see how we can build more. What do they need? How can we have multiplicity of what we have in Mushin today? If we have 1,000 businesses, in the next 5 years, we can have a plan that we want to do 3,000. We want to do more. So they should build a culture of entrepreneurship. And lastly, stimulate networking and collaboration. It shouldn't be like, oh, we are APC, you are PDP, oh, I'm Igbo, you are Yoruba. You should bridge that gap, stimulate networking and collaboration. You should see how to collaborate together. So for me, I believe we can still do more in Mushin. Mushin has everything. You have Ilupeju Industrial Estate there that should be employing, in the 60s, in the 70s, all these industries were actually employing. They were actually employing in thousands. So you can always look into that. We have Fatah Tere as well. Industries are there. They can always see how to collaborate with them to do more. So that's for me. And then what you mentioned about tech. Tech is the world now. Is the in thing now. The West, that's in in Europe, in the Americas. They have actually they are done with the people. They are switched from the people to process. They are done with process. They are switched from process into the big data. We are all enjoying data. Without data, we can't be here. They actually move into tech before data. And from tech now, from data, they are now in AI, because AI is now the in thing. With AI, you can easily do your banking, and for example, look at what Money Point and OP, see what they are doing. They're actually deploying tech into doing most of what they are doing. For example, look at Airbnb. Airbnb is actually a company into hospitality business, and they are everywhere in the world. You can easily book because of they are tech driven. Hilton has a hotel that has been for about almost about 100 years. They only have existence in about 88 countries, but Airbnb is in over 100 countries, and Airbnb is is less than 10 years in operation. Look at Uber, look at hotel, so many of them like that. So tech is now in the West, they have flying cars driven by tech. So our government should invest more in tech, because that is where the world is now. The world has shifted from the paper then. Now everything has been switched into that space. So maybe some other time I can come back and do more. But for now, because of time, I believe that we have actually gotten something from this. Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, so before we go, I would like every one of our speakers to just use 1 minute, not anything less than 1 minute, 1 minute to to end this round.
Like their final submission, your advice to the youth that are listening all over the world, not just Mushin. So, do we have Honorable Ajala on the call?
I think he's no longer.
Okay, let's have Sister Shola shut down with Shola. In a final word, in 1 minute, what do you have to say to the youth?
Thank you so much. All right, what I have to say as a final short is that youth should just believe in themselves. You are already enough, as it were. All you need to do is to make sure that you are expandable, you're teachable, and you are intentional. I say to people, is it skill gap or opportunity gap? I want to say that Mushin youth are amazingly skilled. They're amazingly skilled. Opportunity gap is what we should feel. And we should not be over anxious. Let us believe in the leadership that is presently on ground. And I believe in the leadership of my present chairman in Mushin, Honorable Migboye. He's been doing amazingly well. For his age, you will expect that he's a youth leader, but for his age, he's doing amazingly well. So much that he gave people skilled, he empowered them to start off. Also, my Igbo on the other side, amazingly. So we want to believe in the system. We want to believe that where we can be patient. Violence is never the answer. Do not be violent. Always result to dialogue, always results to engagement. Thank you for having me, and God bless each and every one of us. And thank you so much, my Commissioner Nkechi. God bless and keep you for this passion that you have for your local community. Thank you so much, everybody. And a very big kudos to my doctor, Dr. Mobalanle.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chola.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Please, my name is Momilayo Shakira Salati, and I'm the secretary, the financial secretary, and also a media consultant to Yeti Global Foundation. I have a lot of my leaders on this meeting, my sisters, it has been a very good experience being part of this. And I use the opportunity, have not had the opportunity to say a regard, to say my greetings to all my leaders. So now this is an opportunity. So quick one, because we have to leave the meeting so everybody can go on whatsoever.
In case am I permitted to a seat?
So now hello.
I want you to summarize
I want to give an advice.
Is that what?
You can't go. You have to say your 1 minute short.
1 minute short before you go.
Anyway, let me thank and appreciate Nkechi, another co-host, for the invitation extended to me and for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts on how we are going to tackle the security challenges that we are facing in Mushin. Like I said, I believe that all hands must be on deck to be able to achieve that feat. It shouldn't be the exclusive responsibility of government, all the lovers of Mushin, all public-spirited individuals that believe in humanity and that are product of Mushin. We must all have agreement of mind in ensuring we provide productive engagement for our teen youth. that are roaming the street of Mushin. And on the part of government, we must formulate policies and write projects that will decimate the numbers of unemployed youth we have in the basket of various community. And as a government too, we must also be conscious of the fact that it is only private sector that can engage, that can give productive engagement to our youth. The only thing we are doing, whether engaging them in temporary capacity, creating a platform to creating a platform for them to acquire right skills, investing in formal education. The end point is to make sure that they are employed at the end of the day. So therefore, we must invest maximally in the area of infrastructure, in the area of security. These are the things that we need to do that will make prospective investors to continue to see our community as a destination of choice whenever they are making investment decisions. And finally, in the next 2 months, about 70 days or thereabout, we will be leaving the saddle. So therefore, I want to employ the organizer that in your subsequent engagement, we should not limit the invitation to the chairman of the two local government. We should also extend it to the standard bearer of our party and other major parties in the local government. And without forgetting other public office holders that are from Mushin. I'm talking of our House of Reps, our House of Assemblies, the members of Cabinet of Lagos State government, and of course, some of our leaders that are operating at the federal level to extend the invitation to them. Like I said, all hands must be on deck.
On deck.
It shouldn't be exclusive responsibility of the chairman. We should endeavor to invite other people so that they can discharge the responsibility that come with the mandate they are exercising. And by inviting the candidate of the leading party, you will use the opportunity to have from them what they intend to do if eventually they win. I know that when I say eventually they win, I know that anytime, any day, APC will continue to be a party of choice for Mushin electorate. So therefore, and our candidate now are Jakonde representing Odiolo Ojue and Arure representing Mushin. So extend invitation to them. Let them come into the ring. Let us hear from them what they intend to do in order to solve the security challenges that we are facing in Mushin. By this, they will have succeeded in endearing themselves into the heart of the prospective electorate, for them to know that indeed when July 12 comes, they will know that the candidate to vote for, the party to vote for is no other party but APC. But your platform being a non-partisan platform, that's the reason why you should not limit the invitation to the candidate of our party. You should extend it to candidate of other leading party too, so that we can also hear from them. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much for that wonderful submission. Let's have Madam Omobolanle David Adelakun, please. What's your take? What's your final submission in 1 minute, please?
And so my final thought is, look at me. I want everyone to look at my face. I'm a self-care consultant. I'm a primary care and public health physician, and I'm a farm enthusiast. I'm a Jesus Swagalicious drama queen. Be yourself. Take care of yourself. Take ownership of your life. Once a child is 5 years, they're normal. ìyá ẹ ti ṣe èèyàn tó lè ṣe bàbá ẹ ti ṣe ìjọba náà ń gbìyànjú ẹ jẹ́ kí kankan nu wa take ownership. Let's have this national identity. Identify as a Nigerian. Identify with your environment. Identify at the CDA. Identify at the world level. Take ownership of yourself. Múra síṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi, má ṣọ̀lẹ, má ṣọ̀lẹ. Look for something. I'm a medical doctor. I'm a farmer. I do makeover. I do wardrobe. I do media. I do public speaking. Kò sóyìnbó náà, a wà ń bẹ̀. Ìyàwó lẹ́sìn ni wá. Èmi ni aya Adélakùn. Okay? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, obìnrin ilé, ẹ tọ́jú ilé. Àwọn bàbá ilé náà ẹ tọ́jú ilé. Ọmọ ilé ṣèwọ̀n tó ṣe títí ẹ. Kóbi ṣe tiẹ̀, kíjọba ṣe, kí gbogbo wa ṣe. Each one of us must do our bit. And so finally, I want to appreciate my brother, my friend, HRA, Honorable Razak Ajala. A ṣe ń lọ sílé agbára, ẹ máa retí wa lógo Ọlọ́run. I want to thank the moderator, Ọlọ́wọ́ Bọ́tìn méjèèjì, the male and the female, God bless you. And Madam Nkechi, èmi àtọmọ mi ẹ lọ ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì America. Thank you, everyone. It's been a wow experience. Wow experience. We look forward to further engagement. We look forward to rolling our sleeves and getting on the field. Iṣẹ́ ṣì wà láti ṣe, according to Professor Folashade Ogunṣọlá. Iṣẹ́ wà láti ṣe at Adéṣẹ́gun Fáṣe. So their babies
Thank you
ready
very much.
to work with this team. Thank you so much. Over and out. Bye for now.
Yeah, I love your energy. I love the enthusiasm. I love everything that you possess. God bless you. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. Let's hear a final submission from Honorable
Thank you so
Emmanuel
much.
Bamigoye. Honorable Emmanuel Bamigoye, what's your final submission in 1 minute, sir? Okay. Or if Honorable Bamigoye is not available, let's get a final submission.
I'm available.
Okay, over to you, sir. Over to you, sir.
I really appreciate
your in 1 minute,
Madam
your final
Okupi.
submission, sir.
Yes, I said I'm hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
I said once again, I appreciate the organizer of the program, and I believe that it's looking for progress in Mushin, because where there is no peace, there will be no progress. That's the truth. And that is why some of the places in the north, where there's Boko Haram, where there's a fight today, crisis tomorrow, that's why they are getting backward. I'm sorry to say that. But in terms of our own side here, we can be able to thank God that we are doing a lot. But notwithstanding, you are organizing this program for us to have peace and for us to have security, not insecurity. And by the grace of God, God will continue to be with you. God will continue to strengthen you. I've said something the other time that there's two ways to approach these issues. First of all, there's no person, some people, there's nothing you can do for them. If they want to really, what they have been doing, they can't stop it. Only by fire, by force, they can stop it. We are going to approach that one by fire, by force. The other one is that some people, if they get an engagement, there's tendency that they will not be into crime. We are going to do that by the grace of God. And that is the reason why I mentioned the other time that looking at where they are converging, that one is between me and the security agency. Then I also look at area where we can discourage them from going into crime. And that's part of what we have been doing. Because what we have done this morning will go a long way, because a lot of people, you are trying to sensitize people so that people can really go back and think of themselves, so that they will not be able to go into crime any longer. And each of us, nínú àwa tá wà nínú programming, àwa náà, we also go home and also do one or two things to discourage people from going to crime. That Mushin, if Mushin is very peaceful, is for all of us. Abi, am I not correct?
Benny, sir. Benny, sir.
And as a result of that, we should also be a preacher of peace. And that's the reason why I name even this our radio station is Sokan. That is, we have to be togetherness. And that's the reason I mentioned that. Now, my submission is this. The two approach is that the security agent, they should not relax. They should do what is needful. And whatever we can use to support them, we continue to support them. Just of recent, I bought 2 vehicles. They requested for 2 vehicles to support the vehicle I've given them before. I gave them 2 vehicles so that they can be using it to patrol, to do this, to do that. And we give them impress too, so that they can be able to buy fuel when there is necessary. So these are the things, part of the support. I don't suppose to say it in public, but I should be able to let you know what we have been doing. So because we have it in our paper that we are giving them at least little impress to buy fuel, and of recent we gave them vehicles. The last time too, I gave them 4 vehicles so that they can be using utility vehicle for them to patrol. So that is that. That is all about agencies, that is police and the rest of them. The other side is that for us to engage them too is also very, very important, so that we can put a sanity to some of them who are ready to stop all those nonsense. So when we engage them, and I also want to appeal to our Christian fathers and Muslim fathers, and I also want to really appreciate what they have been doing, because of their preaching all the time. They have taken a lot of people from crime to no participation in crime. So I also want to thank them, because if not because we have Christian and Muslim, especially some of these people who have been, the society have been so worse than that. Well, I can mention so many thousands of people that as a result of religious activities has changed them psychologically, and they are now a good people today. So on this note, I want to quickly thank you indeed for those that are really participating in this program, and those that have really contributed, and those that are the organizer of the program too. I cannot thank you enough, but I thank you with my utmost mind that you have done well, and God Almighty continue to be with you in Jesus' name. Thank you indeed. Thank you. And if you call me for this program again, I will attend. And whatever, anything we conclude or advice you give to me, I will also do it. And on the part of what Ajala has said, that we can also include some of the people to this program too, so that you can prepare their mind against the next activities. So God will continue to be with you in Jesus' name. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Amazing. I want to add this. Honorable Emmanuel Bamigoye is a forward thinker. I identify him as a forward thinker. He's one person that the first person to accept the government bilateral agreement office to reduce vulnerability in Mushin. He has done a whole lot. And he's the first person that said, come of it, let's bring training, everyday training to the Mushin local government. Thank you for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. And I know Honorable Ajala very well. He's equally a forward thinker. We have engaged in several times, and he too said, I'm building a place, and I'm going to give a place for regular training for the youth, and they are ready to actually support. And I think other local governments in the Federal Republic of Nigeria should emulate Mushin. By the way, Honorable Emmanuel Bambuye is the best local government chairman in the whole of the 774 local government. He got the award, and it's a well-deserved award. And everyone should know that he's doing it. It should be emulated, and for everything he has been doing to contribute positively to humanity. Having said that, I will want to get a final submission from Alhaji Hussein on today's call. In 1 minute, sir. You're muted. You need to unmute yourself to talk to us. You need to unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yes.
For giving me just 1 minute. There is an adage in my language. It's called Wewe Adam Tapia. I think this program is called Wewe Adam Tapia. The meaning of Wewe Adam Tapia is once you are on a journey, you have a destination. As you're walking, as you are walking towards your destination, you're also looking back to see where you left, where you are, that is the progress you made, and what is left. So this program is that kind of is something that needs to continue so that people will know, our leaders will know that okay, this is where we started, this is where we are, and this is where we are going. And again, there's also an idea that said, Babu Maraya Sierobu, Babu Maraya Sierobu. There is no orphan but a lazy man. You call yourself an orphan, it's because you're lazy. Yes, that's what it means. So, which means that every person, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to achieve if you truly want to achieve it. You understand? So, this program is a very, very good program. And I thank the organizers. I thank Mrs. Omobolale because and Mrs. Kelechi, you are wonderful. You call me on this program and I enjoy it. And I believe in you, me, I believe that our leaders that are here, it's a kind of program that will remind them. You understand that, yes, this is what they've done. This is what they need to do more. You understand? Because sometimes you might be doing something and you think you have done enough. Meanwhile, to others, you've not even done anything. But reminder, when you keep on reminding person that yes, you've done well here, but you need to do well, you need to put in an effort in this part. By the time it goes up, you look at it and say, yes, that's a very good advice. Let me also, touch that place. So this is a very good program. And I believe that inshallah, God will help the organizers of this program. God will be there for you and who are all those that are here. God will be there for all of us. Inshallah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Amazing. 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 Thank you very much, Raji Hussein Abdullah Husseini, for that final submission. On a final note, let's have the CEO of Akview Investment Limited in the person of Ambassador Dr. Shegun Oshundairo. Please kindly give us your final submission in 1 minute, please. What's your final
Thank you very,
submission on today's call?
thank you very much, and I so much appreciate this. This has really opened my eyes into many informations from our leaders. For the youth, you just have to get something doing. You must not, don't wait for anybody. Go all out and get something doing for yourself because nobody is going to do anything for you except you start something. I remember when I started my journey, I had to, I had to join an organization and I told them that don't pay me. I just need the knowledge. And I did that for about 6 months. And from there, I was able to scale to the next level. So as a youth, look for something you can do. Do you have you have talent for something? Start it. Be creative. Is there something you can do? Is there a job you can join? Is there something you can just try and see how to make your impact, be felt in the society because nobody is going to do anything for you except you start. And when you start, you surely see people coming to join you, and from there you can rise, to greater height in life. Thank you.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you very much for that final submission. And as an observer among us, I want a Nigerian in the diaspora to equally give us his own submission based on what we have discussed today. That is the 002 Certificate Revolution of the Global Cluster and Kayode Oyedotun, all the way from the United Kingdom. What's your final submission in 1 minute on today's call? please. Kayode Oyedoto.
Thank you very much, sir, our global president of the global clusters. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Kayode Oyedoto. I really appreciate what all our daddies and mommies have said. This is for our youth. I myself, I'm still a youth. And what I take in this whole class today is that we need to pick something to do. And I do and is a devil workshop. Get something doing, get good at something, and there you can scale up. And then the community will be able to support you. If you get something doing, the community is looking at you. If you're doing a good thing, they want to join you. And I want to use this opportunity to invite everyone on this call to the global cluster, because somebody has a question that what can we do to help this security situation. I'm so young, sir, but I want to bring this option that everybody should join the global cluster. If you have not heard of it, if you're hearing it for the first time, please come and join us, because this is a community whereby we are empowering ourselves and we are showing that we are embodiment of peace, embodiment of accurate connection. So please come and join us on the global cluster, and you can learn more of what has been discussed here. And if you don't have a skill, we are there to share with you and to move you to your next level. Thank you very much for this opportunity, our global president. Thank you so much, Ambassador Adekunle Badmus. That will be my submission for today, sir. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. I want to add the baton over to our chief host so that she can round up for us, and we'll just keep abreast, because we'll be calling you again for this. This will be a regular thing. It's not a one-off, because what we are faced with is not a one-off thing. It kept happening and kept repeating itself. So we need to call ourselves to the subconsciousness of the awareness of the fact that we have to maintain peace, that the government cannot do it alone. We all need to do it ourselves. We all need to be intentional. Over to you, Commissioner Nkechi, my founder.
Well, thank you so much for everyone that had attended this forum, that has attended this Zoom meeting or this roundtable talk. I want to say to every one of you, wouldn't be the last. I will have taken note of everything everyone has said, and I will take it to the places that is needed to take action. We will all gather again very soon. That will be our part 2 to share more light about this and find a solution. I will not tell you how much this means to me. And I want you all to come and stand with me to make a change in our community. The violence, the crime is just too much. We don't want that anymore. So please stand with me. Come join me. Let's all go and clean up our streets and make our streets peaceful. Thank you for all coming. Before we go, I would like us to have someone to pray for us, though. If anyone could choose to pray to end this.
All right. Our God and our Father, we thank you for today. Give you all the praise, accept our thanks in the name of Jesus. Thank you for this wonderful meeting. Thank you for the grace you have given us to be able to have this meeting. Thank you for everyone that has spoken, and thank you for keeping us up till this very moment. We give you praise, accept our thanks in the name of Jesus. We ask that when we will be gathering again, we're going to have another good time together in the name of Jesus, and we will not just be having this meeting again, but when we're having it, it's going to we're going to get results in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father, for answered prayers. In Jesus' most matchless name we have prayed. Amen.
Amen. Jesus.
Thank you.
So we see you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you, Madam Nkechi. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for the opportunity. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma. Bye, everyone.
Dr. Mobola, I love you, ma'am. God bless you. More strength.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.